We are the people and we have the power. I am live in the studio at Boston Praise Radio and TV Network, and I am waiting for my guest who is on her way. So today, the woman that's coming in is Sister Amina Muhammad, and she studies, and she's a licensed practitioner of in oh God, I can't talk about the medic. I can't say the word, but she's on her way. It's Priscilla. I can't pronounce it, but it's holistic medicine, for lack of a better word. And she's going to be talking about some of the remedies and ways that our body heals itself. And she's going to talk about, because we as people, we take a lot of medications. These doctors, they love prescribing medication to us. Me myself, I'm on a number of medications, and it's very frustrating. So I believe if I just learn how to eat better and healthier, so a lot of my medical problems will be gone. High blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, heart problems. All these symptoms can be taken away if we learn how to eat right. But until my guests come, I want to talk about the hearing yesterday at City Hall. It was totally chaotic. It was good for a minute, but then our young teens, our youth came in and literally shut it down. They just shut it down. They came in there with their signs about saving youth jobs, and they laid on the floor and they chanted, and a lot of the people in the audience were with them, were helping them. The city councilors that stood there through the whole thing and worked with them and tried to make peace were City Council at Large Julia Mejia, City Council at Large Erin Murphy, Brian Worrell, and City Councilor Brian Worrell and City Councilor Culpepper. Those were the only ones that I actually saw, and had a front row seat. Those were the only ones that I seen that were really that were not afraid and were trying to support the youth, because it's not fair that their jobs are being cut. It's not fair what is going on with this budget. And I left around 5, and we still don't know if that budget was passed or was it rejected. I mean, the city councilors, we have 13 city councilors, and they 4 of them represent the entire city, just like the mayor does, and 9 of them represent each district. So we have District 1 through 9. So District 1 is City Councilor Carletta, I can't pronounce her last name, but she represents East Boston, the North End, and Charlestown. Then we have City Councilor Ed Flynn, who is District 2, and he represents South Boston, a little bit of downtown, I believe, and maybe some parts of Dorchester. Then we have District 3, John Fitzgerald, who represents Summer Boston. Summer Dorchester, the other side of Dorchester. I believe he may have the other side, the whole side of Dorchester. I don't know if he may have bits and parts of South Boston. I'm not sure about that. We have District 4 City Council Brian Worrell, who has Dorchester, Mattapan, and maybe a little. I don't know if he has any at Hyde Park. I don't know, but I know he's definitely. He has a little bit of Rosendale, because he's actually my city council. So we have District 5, who is Enrique Pepin, who has Rosendale, Mattapan, and Hyde Park. We have District 6, who is Weber, who is also the Ways and Chair Committee. And there's been some controversy about his wife and the work that she does, and so there's a whole bunch of confusion about that. Well, it's not confusion; it's what's happening actually, and to me, it sounds like a conflict of interest, but I might be wrong. Then we have District 7, who represents Roxbury. That is Pastor Minyard Culpepper. We have District 8, which is the Fenway and Beacon Hill in the South End, and she represents, that's Sharon Durkin, and she represents the Fenway, District 8, Beacon Hill, the South End. And then we have District 9, which is Liz Brennan, who represents Austin Brighton. And those are our 9 city councilors. And 7 of them and our at-large, let's not forget our at-large. Our at-large are Aaron Murphy, Julia Mejia, Henry Santana, and Ruthie Lujan. Those are our 4 at-large city councilors. So those are the 13 city councilors that are supposed to represent represent Boston. 4 at-large. Your at-large city councilors mean that they represent the whole entire city and your district. So if you live in District 5, you have Enrique Pepin as your city councilor, but you also have Aaron Murphy, Julia Mejia, Ruthie Lujan, and Henry Santana. So every Boston resident actually has 5 city councilors, 1 district, and 4 at large. And when you are having issues or problems or whatever, you need to call all 5 of them, not just one, not just your district, or not just 1 at large. You call all of them. What happened yesterday is some of our demonstrators were literally arrested in the council chambers. They some of the youth left because they did not want to get arrested, and some of them stayed and they were arrested. And it just so happens out of the 8, I knew 4 of them. One of them used to actually work for me as a youth. And so this lets us know that our youth are sick and tired of being sick and tired as well. We have to do something to bring our community and our city together. Our mayor, Michelle Wu, is just doing what she wants to do, and it is not fair to the constituents. She's not listening to us. It seems like she only cares about certain people. And to be honest with you, Michelle Wu, I'm sick of you. And I know I'm not the only one. And so what do? We still got 3 more years to deal with her. But we also, next year is an election year for city councilors. So my suggestion is that we run a slate of people. And when I say a slate, I mean we run 9 city councilors district, and 4 at large. Because we have to show our community. Good morning, Lewis. We have to show our community and our residents that we no longer, we're not gonna continue to take this foolishness that is being dealt out to us. We youth that are 16 and 17 years old, you all can literally go and register to vote. You won't be able to vote until you're 18, but at least you'll be registered. We have to let these people who think and feel that they have to do Michelle Wu's bidding to accomplish something. You're voted in, but you also can be voted out. And that's what we have to do as a community. We have to show these elected officials who feel like they have to bow down to Michelle Wu, or any other political person that they bow down to. They need to be talking to their constituents. And so until we can get our folks to understand that and realize that, we're going to continue to be in this situation. I don't know what happened to the people who were arrested, but I do know that George Lee was one of them, and I am going to reach out to him and find out exactly what happened. Hopefully he's out. This is drastic. When the young folks, and to be honest with you, I'm glad they did it. I've been waiting to see someone take over the city council chambers. I've been talking about that for a long time, that we just need to come in there and let them see our faces and let them see that we're sick and tired. It just continues to happen. It continues to happen that they do what they want to do. And so what about us? What about us? What about the constituents, the taxpayers? We have homeless people. We have people who don't have food to eat. We have people who are returning citizens. We have a lot of poverty in our communities. And it's a shame and it's a disgrace. And then we have all these politicians that they want your vote, they want you to continue to keep paying their salaries. But what are they doing? The city councils make $125,000 a year. That's not a bad salary. But what are you doing for it? What are you doing to earn your $125,000 a year? Yeah, they have hearings. But after the hearings, what happens? They have tons of hearings all year long. But what happens after the hearings are over? Do laws get changed? Do ordinance get changed and enforced? I mean, really, people, we need to wake up. I just don't understand our people. I really don't. It baffles me. We have the power. We have the right. And we can do it. But are we? No, we're not. And it's sad. And it's a shame. And you all need to be ashamed. Because we need to do more for us. And I see my lovely guest, Dr. Amina, has arrived. Amina, I'm sorry. And so I'm going to stop talking about City Hall. I just talked to you all for about 10 minutes about City Hall and our elected officials. And we're going to talk about some medicine, how we can heal our own self, how we can stop taking all this medication and things. So, good morning, Sister Amina.
Good morning, good morning.
How are you?
I'm well rushed, but I'm good.
Okay.
I'm grateful to be here on this, above ground. So anytime we get a chance to do that, we're good. We're good.
If you want to go live on your phone, there's a stand right there you can use to put it.
I don't know how to do that, but I'm good. So I need to disclose this first. I'm a licensed practitioner of indigenopathic medicine. Not a doctor yet, although when we're in school with the Nukitum Wellness Institute under Dr. Larry Fisher, when we do the Zoom classes, he has us go in and change the name to doctor, because when we do that and we see that, it's like we see ourselves for who we are. So God willing, next year I'll be doctor.
Okay.
So I appreciate that, but I am a licensed practitioner of indigenopathic medicine. And you might say, well, what is that? So indigenopathic medicine is a holistic approach to health and healing that seeks to restore your restoration, resurrection, to restore, to gain back. Balancing among the body, the mind, and the heart and spirit and family and community. It's all called what we call relation or relational medicine. Think about the word relation. Makes us connected. And so the way it's done, it says it's a relation to the creation, and it draws upon indigenous wisdom tradition, that we pass down. Like, you get grandma's recipe and you try to follow the recipe. Well, that's like passing on tradition.
Right.
And so with relational medicine, that's what it does. It has remedies, nutrition, spiritual principles, and also understand that true healing truly involves more than just treating the symptoms.
Right.
It's treating the spirit. So that's what indigenopathic medicine does for oneself. As you know, you've heard Dr. Carl say, and we was in that class together, and I'm sending positive vibes his way to get better, that the body has the capability of healing itself.
Right.
But it starts with the heart, the spirit, and the mind. And I always say, the mind is a powerful thing.
Yes.
Words are powerful.
Right.
They can either help or hurt.
Right.
So we have to be really mindful in our thoughts. Sometimes you hear someone say, I'm deep in my thoughts. Are your thoughts dark or are they light? And in that essence, we have to be mindful what energy we align ourselves up with. That because there are things such, spirit killers, energy vampires. We hear all that, and those are just not cliches. That is actually true. Like, you can walk into the room and almost feel the spirit of the person or persons. You can actually sometimes even know when they've been talking about you. And you hope and pray that it's something positive. But you have that called that self-accusing spirit. Doesn't matter what religion you are. Each of us possess that. And it speaks to you when harm is coming, advice, and when just things are just not quite right. So it's up to us, and we rely on that like vibration to know when we need to steer clear of something, pay more attention to it, or how do we kind of change the narrative, if you will.
Right. I know sometimes we say, I had a feeling, I had a feeling I should have went this way, or I had a feeling I shouldn't, that's the inner self talking to us, I believe.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. So, as I share with you, I started this journey over 40 years ago. So thank God I don't look quite my age. And it started with, really, as I talked with my twin sister, it really started with our grandmother, who was suffering from gallstones. And a lot of women, men from the South, really didn't trust too much. Maybe they was on to something with doctors. Not to say doctors don't play a role, but hopefully it's a collaboration. So anyway, moving forward, I was speaking with another elder named was Queen. Not the Queen you and I know, another Queen.
Okay.
And she said, well, I'm going to try this, try that. And I said, okay. So my grandmother trusted me enough, and I helped her to pass gallstones. So in essence, that's where it really started from. Then about 2 years later, I was blessed to give birth to my firstborn son named Jalik. And he had really bad eczema. And I didn't like that cream they used to try to supply, and he was what I would call a light bright, very, very fair-skinned young man. And so, same sister, she said, well, try some burdock root and some mullein. I said, okay. And I got it in large quantities, and it worked. 2 years later, fast forward, I was blessed to expect another child, and I woke up with some skin issues. And for some reason, it was the same dermatologist. And she said, I remember you. And I said, okay. And I recall her. She said, you had a handsome little boy with real big bright eyes, had really bad skin issues. How's he doing? I said, he's right here. And she looked. She said, well, what did you do? I said, just something I cooked in my kitchen. So that's how I came by the name of JB1 Essentials. His middle name is Bish, means beneficent. And one, he's my firstborn. So my practice is really JB1 Essentials Nailani Essence, named after my oldest granddaughter. So that's how my journey started in herbalism. So then some years passed, and he transitioned in 2016. So 2017, 18, I had gotten really ill and had major surgery. And, my brother, who does herbalism, he helped me with that journey. And then I was given an opportunity to receive a scholarship from the Rosemary Gladstone for herbology through one of her students, and that's where it started. So 2018 is where I got my first certification, and then it just took off from there. And then okay, another person, listen, I need you to write this 500 page, 500 word, essay on school, and to get another scholarship. So I said, okay, so I did it, and then so it just kept snowballing. Then I met Dr. Carl, and he said, you're gonna do great things. It's gonna come in abundance. So kind of hang on to your headpiece or your wrap, if you will, or your tam. And it really has been doing that. And then Dr. Larry Fisher, who's known as Wampanoag, he is native, and so he said, you should go for your license for indigenous path of medicine. And I'm Cherokee, so Cherokee is known for medicine. So see, there's no such thing as called mistakes. So before I got a chance to say, no, the ancestors walked into the room, no exaggeration, people can take it for what it is. My son is a lefty, and I heard his voice on the left side, and Larry standing, Dr. Fisher, Wampanoag on my right, and before I could say no, he said, yeah, quit the crap, old lady, be done with it. I said, okay. And I said, Lord, what did I get myself into? So I took the course, and from what he told me, as you heard him say at my when I received my actual license, that I scored very well on the boards. And so then before I could say it again, he said, you might as well just go ahead and get your doctor. Now I said to myself, who got 12 years to be doing some doctorate program?
Right.
But what it was, I feel the ancestors and Dr. Larry Fisher were brought together because my son, who transitioned, was the one who actually planted the seed. Mom, you should be a doctor. You got all these years. Remember I said he would have been 40, 60 years. So over 40 years of experience I've had this. And I'm saying, who got that kind of time and who got that kind of money?
Right.
And the universe just always, I feel, pays it forward. And so right now I'm in this school, and who can say that they received their doctorate with no debt? God won't. I'm taking this, and there'll be no debt.
All praises due to Allah.
And so before I could say no, he said, just do, you're doing. I said, okay. And I'm like, oh, what? But I'm loving it, and it just really has been one that, like I said, yes, it is my profession, but it really more so is my passion. And I said that when I did the second part on Nothing But the Truth with Sister Tisha and Brother Jamil, that it really isn't a profession, it really is a passion, because medicine, whether it be herbal medicine or medicine, it's medicine, and you have to really respect it and take it as it is. So I love what I do. I handle it with great trepidation. I never come up, well, I know I got this, because I'm always referring to my mentors. And they say, I don't know why you ask. I said, because I want to get it right. That's someone's life. Their trust in me. So I want to get it right. They said, no, you know what you're doing. And a couple of times my professor hung up on me. I said, did he just hang up on me? And she said, yeah, because you know what you're doing. And I get it, so long as you're going with good intentions, and I pray over my medicine, I pray over the concoctions that I use, and say, it's not a cure-all, I'm not a miracle worker, because it's all about, and we use the word, we don't say patients, we say participant. So I'm the practitioner, and whoever I'm working with is the participant. And so go with good intentions, and the results are usually pretty much, as long as I don't have a difficult participant. And even when I do, it's okay, because it can be scary, to have someone that's going to trust you with their wellness, their health. That says a lot, and it speaks in volumes. So again, one, I would never tell anyone not to take the medicine they're supposed to take. But if you're like a pretty much healthy person, then we can work together. But even with that, and as I shared with you some months ago, I purchased this book called Medical Synergy, where it helps me to work with the participants who happen to be on medication, and the herbs that so there's not it doesn't backfire. They work well together, And it's really, again, I'm gonna say it again, sounds cliche, but it is the truth. It's all about thought. As you know, we read How to Eat to Live 1 and 2 by Elijah Muhammad, and it's all about thought. And so for me to say that it works Because how can I convince someone to trust me on their health journey if I can't give them some kind of a testimony?
That's true. That's true.
You can't have a testimony
without
having
a test. That's right. That's right.
So I was pre-diabetic, then diabetic, and I said, "Oh no, I don't want metformin. I'm sorry, metformin is the devil." But people who might need it, I would never tell them not to do it. So for me, I would take it once a week as opposed to twice a day, every day. And so about 4 months ago, my doctor said, "Miss Muhammad, I got to tell you, not only you no longer diabetic, you're no longer pre-diabetic." So I lost like 40 pounds. And I said, "Alma, you know what to do. Stop all that snacking. Eat stuff you got the busy eating. Get back to exercise," which I do. I'm a certified yoga instructor. And be mindful of your thoughts, you know, and it worked. So I'm saying, if you can trust me to help you, because it's all about the individual. And, you know, I'm just a conduit, if you will, to help you on your wellness journey. And so far, I've been really blessed to work with some really good people who trust me enough. And they, you know, the results are really good. And it's not an overnight. It is a process, because it didn't take you overnight to say, get to the weight. Like if you have a concern about your weight, cholesterol, which is the major thing for black folks. Cholesterol, blood pressure,
high blood pressure,
and heart issues.
Yeah.
And all that is stress related in how you eat. And all these foods are not good for us. The GMO, genetically modified organisms, they're not good for us. And you always hear me say, we're going to be glowing in the dark in the daytime. I say, how do you do that? Yeah. So we just have to kind of discipline ourselves, if you will, to eat right, think right, and love on each other and on ourselves. And, you know, be that cheerleader. If you're like, you know, you're doing good. I could tell you lost 10 pounds. You might say, that's not enough. No, it's something. It's less than what you had on you. And just think right, eat right, and always say our health is our wealth. And as my grandma said, Mama, you only got one body. You must take care of it. So I listen to the ancestors who walk into the room when I'm thinking and studying, you know, when I pray over the herbs, when I pray over the concoctions, the tinctures, the salves, whatever is, you know. And one thing I like about, for me, no blame, no shame on anyone else, I'm not a one-stop shop person. For instance, this sister, you all might have the same type of ailments, but her body mechanism is different. Her spiritual DNA, her family, it's all about health, your weight, your age, family connection. All of that is very different. So I wouldn't give you, say, well, oh, you have this here. No. And that's what I like about how I run my practice, is that it's tailored to the beautiful human being, because we're all very uniquely, beautifully different. So I remind myself that I need to treat you and respect you as such, and to meet you where you're at. You know, my son doesn't like it. I always say, well, I didn't get into it for the money. Oh, money, you need me. I get it, Jawari. But I get a lot of word of mouth, you know, references, and what usually your participants say, well, I don't know what she charged, you know, but here's her card. Call her, she'll work with you. Now, you know, I'm not here to make $1 million. It always pays it forward, you know. And if I can help you to get the results that you need, to me, that's payment enough. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know.
Because we're gonna tell somebody else, you know. Word of mouth sometimes is the best way, best advertisement. Yes, yes, yes. I'm actually a witness of some of your talents, because I a few months ago, well, back in October of last year, I scraped my face. Now, if y'all can see it, and I had this big ugly stain on my face, scar, and it's practically gone for the salve I've been using. And all praises due to Allah.
Absolutely.
So, because I was like, oh Lord, I'm gonna have this ugly scar on my face for the rest of my life, but it's practically gone. I don't have no makeup on, nothing. And then I made my own concoction.
Okay, good. No, that's good. And we all are our own best practitioner, you know. Sometimes might need a little reference guide from someone else, but I think it just really and we're such a beautiful human being. And like I said again, I'm going to say it again, the body has the capacity to heal itself.
Yeah, Dr. Carl always says that. And he always gets on us about the sugar. Get off that sugar.
Nasty parasites.
Yeah. And you know, it's just amazing that, you know, because his teachings and what he taught us about the body and how the heart and and the kidneys and the lungs, and I mean, who knew all that stuff, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, our health is our wealth, because you can be as rich as you want to be, but if you don't have good health, you know, what good is the money if you can't spend it and enjoy it?
I know that's right. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
That's very, very, very true. And we have to be intentional about passing on traditions. You know, like my granddaughter Nailani, who the other part of the practice is named after. You know, when I be making the soaps, she'll say, "No, Mom, that scent don't seem appealing." And you know, to me, the young folks, their nose is a little more sensitive and heightened than ours. So I lean on her for understanding, and even with the teaching, no, Mom, they're not gonna like that. But I know what Dr. Cross said. We're taking this herbal medicine for health. We're not taking it for a good taste.
Right.
So I just say pinch your nose and just go ahead and drink it and have some orange juice or water behind it. So I rely on her a lot, and my son is the same way. You know, he more lean towards the soaps, but even the soaps that I handcraft and create is with intention. You know, whether you have like like I said, eczema, and he has beautiful skin. His is not the issue, but he wanted to maintain the melanin in his skin, and the cream that that he doesn't buy any cream from over the counter. He calls me Mom running low. Okay, son. And so 3 ingredients for me. If it has more than 3, I would be scared. And I don't feel no but God, but I'll be scared to put that on my body. You know, so and the one I make, there's like 3 or 4, has no more than 3, maybe 4 ingredients, and depending on, again, tailor, because some people might want it scented, some may want it unscented, and so, and it's always important to ask any allergies. Like I was making this out for the sister for her son, and come to find out he's allergic to coconut, and I use coconut oil in it. So now I had to retweet that particular one and make sure that that one is for him.
Right,
You know, just like with the menopause. My twin sister, we're twins. I had to do 3 different concoctions. The first one, she said, "No, Mina, that didn't work." I was okay. So now, okay, wait. So I had to write down. So notation is very good.
Right.
Okay, this particular herb, maybe I need to switch or reverse it and have this one as what's called the driver herb. That's the terminology we use. And it took me 3 tries for her that what I made for her worked for her, but the one for me worked for me the first time. Now we're identical twins,
Right.
pretty much the same, but for something. But it's all about spirit, because real quick, and I know we don't have a lot of time. For women, when we hold a lot of trauma in our gut, so that's why gut issue is a major problem. And so, Dr. Carl, I think you was there when he asked that question. If your relationship with your father, think about it, your father really is your first love. And you've heard the minister, and I know they've said that. When that relationship, there's a disconnect, we hold it in our gut. And I said, why would he think to ask me that question? And it was a little strained, but it's beautiful. And so that's why we hold it here. So we have to kind of cleanse our gut and make sure we do a purging, a cleansing. Every time the seasons change, people should be doing a spiritual and a physical detox. And there's different variations. You really can't go wrong, but you still should, whether it be me or whomever, consult someone who is licensed. You can look at my license is right on my certification. That they're not YouTubing things. They're not just Googling it, because even though it's herbs, it's still called medicine. It's herbal medicine. And if you don't do the right thing, pray on it, go with the right intentions, it could cause the person harm. Now, who would want that on this? I know I don't. So for me, I always like to say, what's your intentions? Why is it that you need this assistance? And then let's kind of work together, collaborate. And that's why I urge those who I work with, stay in contact with your doctor, let them know what it is that you're doing. Say, listen, I really want to be taking on this medicine. Okay, so 90 days to see what's going on, and we either can reduce it or take you off it all at the same time. And that was the case for me. Like, I didn't want to do the metformin, but I know stroke and heart attack, those are silent killers, so I don't want to do that. So I had to be smart about that, and to the fact that it worked for me. The high blood pressure medicine, that loprinocil is not good for you, but it may work for some and not for the others. So it's really good to have a good collaboration with your PCP and let them know that their intention, and hopefully, we pray that they have the best intention and that they'll work with you, in terms of the goal is to have you healthy, that you don't need to rely on medicine, but if you need it, please, by all means, do what you're supposed to do to get you stable that way. Then you can start the weaning process of
Right.
not having to need all those, because they have a lot of side effects that are really
Yes.
not
Yeah.
good for you.
Right,
And so.
right.
For me, the practice that I like to do is just so beautiful. It's very fulfilling. It's very rewarding, and I'm just grateful and honored that you had me come on to share a little bit about what I know, and I'm still learning, still growing in this process. But I do believe in it, and I stand by my product, because anything I might advise for someone else, trust me, I tried it first. So that's why I can stand it. And like I said, it has my son and my granddaughter's name on it, so I'm not gonna dishonor it in that way and just be shooting from the hip. That's not the way I
Right,
operate.
right. Because a lot of us, especially black people, we tend to, especially black men, don't like going to the hospital to get ourselves checked out and things like that. And so
Very true.
we need to have a alternative,
Yes.
and the herbal medicine is an alternative, and like you said, the way you do it is you go by you look at the person as individual. You
Yes.
don't do like, well, here, take this, here, take that.
Right.
You actually analyze them. You find out about their history and what they've been doing, and how they've been doing it and things like that. And so it's it's amazing that we have people like that in our community that we may not know about. So, Sister Amina, if someone wanted to call you or talk to you or get in touch with you, how would they do that? You want to give your
Yes,
information? You have an email and a phone
Absolutely,
number?
absolutely. So to reach me is, my phone number is 508-525-9049, and my email address is aminamuhammad1616@gmail.com. So it's AMINA Muhammad MUHAMMAD 1616@gmail.com. So what I do is the first 15 minutes is free consultation, and then after that it is $1 a minute. So most consultations like 45 minutes, because I need to gather data from you. And so like I said, the first 15 minutes is free.
We can't talk prices.
Right.
Okay.
So for me to reach me.
Yeah.
So just reach me. There is a free. No, not to do her show. So just call me, and then you'll know what we'll do from there. But just contact me, and I'll work with anyone. Yes, ma'am. So.
Yeah. I tell you, a lot of these medicines, I tell you, you'll be listening to the TV, and they'll say, well, the side effects are da 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 da, and you don't even want to take the medicine. Like, no, I don't want that. Because the side effects will kill you.
Worse than the symptoms of what you're going through. That is true.
Yeah. So we have to be mindful, and we have to watch exactly what we eat. I tell you, that's my downfall. What I eat, I'm trying so hard,
All of us.
and
You're
and
not by yourself.
and I'm also, I do have a book of the month, which is, I'm trying to read it. How to Eat to Live.
There you go.
How to Eat to Live
Yeah.
by the Honorable. And he has book 1 and book 2. So
Yes, I
we've
call
been
my
doing
food Bible. That's what I call them. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
They
it's amazing
work.
some of the
Yes.
stuff that he says that we shouldn't eat, that I've been eating all my life, and it's really,
Me
some
too.
things are hard. But there's some things that I never really liked, and I'm like, oh, I never liked them anyway. So it doesn't, there's nothing that I have to stop eating,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
But yeah, you'll be amazed, the food and stuff that we take in, and then with the, they're making things in factories now, which is crazy. Yeah.
It's crazy and scary.
Yeah, I mean, we get watermelon don't have seeds, and cantaloupe, or the seeds are white. I mean, there's just so many grapes, no more seeds. Well, how are they growing this stuff?
In the laboratory.
It's
If you're buying a steak and it's not really a steak, it was in a lab. Oh my goodness! I'm like, yeah, that's a bit much. That's scary. And
Yeah.
what for what? What's the purpose? And then show you what they mean. I said, no, you all didn't need it. Well, I'm glad I don't eat red meat. I try to stay away from that because they don't like me, don't like my stomach, and they don't like my face. I'm like, when I have a burger, I say, I know I'm going to pay for this later. And sure enough, face get to breaking out and stomach get to hurt. And so, see, now you know better because the body takes a long time to die. It's not meant for human consumption. Again, no shit, I don't want to ruin nobody's 4th of July, but it's really not good for you. But, you know, like Dr. Carl says, eat and cook with compassion. You know,
Right.
don't call it cheating. Say it's a holiday. So I said, I
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
Then you know, don't be gentle and kind to yourself, and it's a process. And it's a
Right.
process. You know, and we'll get there. But again, our health is our wealth.
That's right.
And I always say, each one teach one, don't leave one.
That's right. I always did love fish, so fish and salmon. You know, I'm trying to eat a lot more of.
Oh, good. Omega-3 is really good for you.
Yeah.
Omega-3s are really good. Yeah.
I've practically weaned myself off of chicken.
Okay, good.
It's hard, you know, when you raised up on, you know, it's difficult because you just used to eating things, but you know, we have to change the way that we eat and the things that we do, and of course exercise too. I've been trying to do a walk a day every day. Ooh. There's a fly in here. It's annoying me. But yeah. So we have to. What they say, you are what you eat.
What you eat and what you think, absolutely.
Yeah.
And walking, even just walking in your apartment, stand at your counter and do some bending, some stretching. You know, you don't have to take out a membership. You know, I get it. You want to fancy all the amenities, and I get it. But sometimes every dollar we get, we have to hang on to it and do it and put it where we need it to. You know, and we really need to grow our own food, and that's what we really need. And then, see, when you can see it, then you can trust that what you're growing is going to help you and benefit your life. So that's the first thing. But we'll get there. Everything happens in stages, and we'll do that. But walking, like I said, swimming is good. Just all of that is good. It helps you sleep. It helps with anxiety and all of that. So it's like a nice merger of how you think, how you feel, how you eat, and how you take care of yourself as far as exercising.
Right.
And so it's a good weight loss, too. So all of that is a nice component.
Right.
So it works. Yes, ma'am.
This year, I'm happy. I'm gonna have a garden. In Roxbury, it's called the Black Panthers Community Garden of all places.
Right. Come on now.
And my program, my youth, we're gonna be growing some stuff out of there. I know we're late in the season because we're supposed to start
April.
Yeah.
April, May. But you still can get some stuff.
Yeah.
If
So
you get it in the ground, they're already grown, then pretty much not from a seedling, but
yeah. So I'm excited about that, and then next year I'll be ready.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Yes,
So hopefully I'll be able to get some raised beds in my yard because I got a pretty good yard.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, let me know. I can help you with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how to do the raised beds.
Yeah. So.
Those are beautiful.
Yeah. Sister Anna from
Springfield.
Yeah, she came and tested my soil and everything for me. Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'm excited about it. I ain't never grew nothing. Well, I did used to do plants. When I worked at City Hall, I had one plant and I grew that plant. I had about at least 5 or 6 different plants I grew from that one plant.
Nice.
But then I left and they died. But it's nice to see, plants and stuff, and to see something that you grew, and then to grow something and be able to eat it. That's I just can't imagine.
Beautiful.
But I'm looking forward to it. Getting out there, getting my hands in the dirt and stuff.
Right.
So.
Very good. Getting grounded. That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. Y'all need to come and help Sister Priscilla with that, with the raised bed. I'm gonna help her because it's nothing like she said.
Yeah.
You get your hands in that earth and just feel it,
Mm-hmm.
and you definitely will feel it. Raising the vibration. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Sister Amina, when I know I called you doctor, I know that you don't have your license yet, but Bible says call those things that be not as though they were,
Right.
so
Yes, ma'am.
I'm speaking it into existence
Thank
for
you.
you.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm receiving. So hopefully, God willing, we're not sure if it's going to either be May or September, but either way, that's still right around the corner. It's a year.
Yeah.
The year's going to go by so
Yeah.
fast.
That's right.
I'm really just humbled by it all.
Mm-hmm.
I really am. And I thank Allah God for the womb that bore my son, who saw something in me and planted that seed, and then with Dr. Larry Fisher, who's sowing the seed and then bringing it forth through my labors and my good efforts. So I'm very grateful and honored by the opportunity that he chose those of us, the cohorts as we're called, in that in that class. And he wrote a book about, it was called unspecified adjustment disorder. It's about the spirit. And if the spirit is disconnect, then that's how the body tends to manifest what's going on. So that's why it says it's all relational. And like I said, speak about the vibration. The natives who do, the indigenous do the drumming. The Buddhists who chant, and those who are in the church when we do the hymns and the chorus, and there's those Muslims who sing the Al-Fatiha. It's all about raising the vibration within oneself to realign and to restore what was out of alignment. So it's just such a beautiful thing. And again, I cannot thank him enough for the opportunity to be in the class. And then, so God willing, we'll be celebrating. It's gonna be y'all gonna have some more black man pictures of me crying like a baby. But that's okay. Like Queen Gloria said, nothing grows without water. So let the tears flow. But I'm definitely I'm very grateful and honored. Very grateful and honored. So whole white coat. Well, he said it's not a white coat. It's our coats are different colors, the color of our school. So it's one graduation piece, the cap and gown, and then it's the ceremony. So like, wow, that's powerful.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful. I'm very grateful.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So we have a few more minutes. How many minutes we have, Michelle? I mean, Renee. I'm sorry, I called you Michelle. my niece. I always call.
They must have the same spirit. Yeah, I felt her spirit. Yeah. Came in very nice. So yes, ma'am.
So we only have 5 minutes left. No one's called, but that's okay. I hope you all were listening. But so next week is the 18th, and I will be having Professor Deborah Sharif on, and she has she's an author, and right now she's working out of Massasoit College. She teaches, and she's written 2 more books that I'm excited because she's actually written curriculums with them.
Nice.
So she's gonna be on here next week talking about them. Hopefully the week after next, I'm gonna get Diane Wilkerson on, and then
awesome.
and then the first Thursday in July I'll have Brother Charles. So so
nice
I'm trying to line up,
yes, ma'am.
Trying to get them lined up so I don't be last minute trying to find a guest. So I'm excited about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but so as we get ready to depart for the day, I just want to thank you all, those out there listening. Even though no one called in, that's okay. We're here, and you can always watch us on Boston Praise Radio TV on Pastor Bruce Wall's Facebook page, and you can go to YouTube and put in People Power with Priscilla, and you'll see some of my shows. So, Sister Amina, you want to give out your information again?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm honored for having me come on. To reach me, contact me is at 508-525-9049. And my email address to reach me for a consultation is Amina Muhammad. AMINA Muhammad MUHAMMAD 1616 @gmail.com. Again, thank you so much.
Thank you. And so with that being said, prayerfully we'll be here next week. I have 3 minutes. Okay. Hopefully we'll be here next week. Remember, your city councilors, Remember, I gave all of you all 9 of the district city councilors, I gave you their name. I gave you what district they represent. I gave you the 4 at large. And so you all should know this. This is, you all should know who your city councilor is. This year is a governor's race. So we're either going to get Mara Haley back or a contender. I know Andrea James is running, but I don't really see, I don't know how well Andrea James is doing. We have Liz Miranda is running. A lot of these people are running uncontested too. I mean, come on. We have state reps and state senators that are running uncontested. We need to we really need to have, they need to have some competition. They really do. And so what's this? We're in June, so July, August, September. September 1st is the primary. September 1st. I believe this is maybe the second election we've had before Labor Day. Usually it's always the Monday after Labor Day.
Right.
But for some reason they're doing it different this year. So it's funny, they just, change rules and,
As they go along.
yeah, they do what they want to do. But people, remember, we are the people and we have the power. We have to use it. We have to stand up for ourselves, speak up for ourselves. And as Minister Farrakhan says, we have to make our community a safe and decent place to live.
Amen.
And the only way we can do it is to do it together and do it for ourselves. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up. Hope to see you next week. Be blessed. Be safe. And remember, we are the people and we have the power. And with that being said, bye-bye.
Legal. How is that right? I'm sick of these people.
Well, let's make it right tonight. So tonight.